Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm your host today, Mr. B. We have Kohunde. We have Amonde.
Hi guys.
We
3-1.
have Shah.
Evening, everyone. Good morning,
And
gents.
this is the Manchester United Manu Agenda show, reaction show. Let's get this thing going, gentlemen. So, we never beat Burnley. We never ever beat Burnley. What's it been? 6 years? So I'm just gonna sit here and say I'm pretty happy with the result. Whether it was 2-1, which it could have finished, or 3-1, which was even better with that final goal, final bit of class to stick it up him. I'm absolutely delighted. We'll give a nice little welcome to Monday on this sunny Sunday afternoon. What have you got for me, big man?
Yeah, unfortunately for me, I missed the first 2 goals. I thought I could sneak out like at halftime, take the dogs for a walk, but I came back, missed the first 2 goals. So I still haven't seen them properly. So when it comes to my review, I'm going to be a bit chop suey, you know. Otherwise, the result sounds good. You called it. Well, I know one of you called 3-1. You always call 3-1. I know one of you must have called 3-1 yesterday or the day before. And 8 points behind Man City now. Who knows? It could still be a thing. As long as we keep chucking along, chunking. Let's do this, boys. Happy for Greenwood. And I want to talk about Maguire as well today because I know he might get a bit of stick, but later.
Sure.
I think last 15 minutes, apart from when obviously the first goal was good, and then it was just really not clinical enough, or not finishing the passing in the middle until that last 15 minutes when obviously Burnley's legs were a little bit, then we just showed our fitness, and I think that's what gave us the extra little bit of flair towards the end. And Donny coming on made a big difference. I want to say today was a perfect game, for all round getting a result. Like you said, against Burnley, I've been at the stadium, and they've come back, and I'm like, how have we let this happen? Yeah. So Ollie's done a great turnaround at home at Old Trafford to beat Burnley 3-1. Absolutely amazing. But the last 10 minutes of football is how we should be playing football. Donny, Scott McTominay, Pogba, Bruno in our midfield. What a difference.
Kohunde?
Yeah, Burnley have been like a bit of a bogey side down the years. We've struggled against them, especially at home. I felt that the main difference today was the game opened up at half time as soon as Ollie took Fred off. Because like I said on the last show, we don't need to play McFred for a home game against Burnley. And we weren't creating nothing in the first half. He took Fred off, put Cavani on, put Pogba back in the midfield, and we scored almost instantly. And we just looked like we were going to more creative in the second half. We looked like we were making a lot more chances. And the game really opened up, especially when Donny van der Beek came on and all that. So, that was a good change. That was the productive change that made everything happen.
What do you think, Mr. B?
The first half, I think the first half was, I wanted us to come out fast, but you almost expect them to come out at that same level. But when we came out for the second half, I knew whatever was said, I don't know. I said, I don't know what happens in the second half, why it can't be said in the first half or before the game. But every second half now, I'm confident that we're going to come out and be a different team. We're going to be a more attacking team. And that's what we are. At the moment now, I think they've got a different level of belief because all the players now are coming on. And I mean, the third goal for me was an example of real teamwork. The passes that were made for the break were precise, but nobody was greedy. Van der Beek could have taken a chance. If Rashford was in Van der Beek's position, I think Rashford would have gone for goal. Don't get me wrong, not an issue, not a problem, but the ball that Van der Beek played for Cavani couldn't miss. You know, he gave it to him on the
that was a. I was just going to say that. No, I was just going to say 100%. That was one of those goals. You know, when you're playing that one person at FIFA and they've just scored a goal, and then you come back and you do the little nice win the ball back, play it back, and it's perfect little sweaty goal. You know, tap it in the net, mate. That's why I think that third goal was a different level of goal. I think we've seen these sort of goals come together, but it was nice from defence, midfield to attack. Involvement was there.
Monday, I see you with your finger up, big man. What you got for me?
Let's not get too excited, guys. They brought on 2 strikers. They started to push forward, and they were in our box 1 minute, and we broke. It was like 4-3 or something like that. So let's not get overexcited about that, man. And it's simple. What else do you expect from Donny? Let's just say Donny's a creative guy. That's what he's gonna do. So the goal was sweet, yeah, but we caught him on the break. Why can't we break down teams when they're set up nicely? They were attacking us at the time. That was just a consolation goal.
What do you mean a consolation goal? So you're not
because they took 2 strikers on, Rodriguez and the Czech guy, what's his name, Vidra, or whatever.
Vidra, yeah, on the left, yeah.
So they pushed up. They were looking for equaliser. They were camped in our box. We got a break.
Yeah, but
we were 4-3 against them.
I think Luke Shaw made a vital challenge.
Yeah.
And as soon as he made that challenge, we were able to counter.
Yeah. Easy.
So yeah.
No, but it came back off of then, and then it hit Maguire, came back out, and then it was from Maguire's pass. But Luke Shaw made the initial challenge that the ball came back in. But either way,
in the first half, it wasn't completely dire because I think Greenwood had a chance where he slid in. Rashford played it long to him, and I think he just kind of took his eye off it or something.
Yeah.
So we did have a chance in the first half, a really great chance. But
we had a couple of chances. In all truth, we had a couple of chances in the first half. We had Pogba's header from the Wan-Bissaka cross.
Yeah.
You know, that was a good chance. Great cross by Wan-Bissaka. So again, that's showing a level of improvement from Wan-Bissaka. We had Woods had the shot on the 74th minute on the 17th minute. To me, anytime the ball went up to him, he bullied both of our centre backs today. Maguire, I think probably would have felt he was in a bit of a battle today, but only when it hit Woods. Everybody else, not so much. But Woods, he's an experienced and he knows what he's good at. And today, I just think that, I think he dominated. I think he dominated when it came to the physical battle today. I think he dominated Maguire and Lindelof.
Who wouldn't he dominate? I mean, he would dominate every single centre back in the world right now with his presence, his strength, and all that kind of thing. That's what he's good at.
And on Monday was saying it that they're only a threat from set pieces, and I think they had a goal disallowed after like a minute or two from the set piece.
Offside.
And then but the danger was there. And then obviously the corner that they scored from. It's not surprising.
This is their strength.
Yeah, that's the only threat because they don't really have any pace up front or anything like that.
They are what they are. I mean, the thing is, what annoys me with Burnley to a certain extent is that they know, or we know, what they're going to do in a game. And for whatever reason, it's only taken, we've had Ollie, we've had Van Gaal not beat them. We've had Jose not beat them. And I think Ollie up till last season, we didn't beat them. So is that not an improvement there? Is that not an improvement or is it just
it's just at Old Trafford we haven't beat them. We beat them away.
Yeah, sorry, I meant at Old Trafford. At Old Trafford.
Yeah, Old Trafford. I think it's been 6 years or something. We haven't beat them.
I don't know. I heard them say something about we haven't done the double over them for so many years since the 1950s or something like that.
Yeah, but we haven't played them for 30 of those years. So
agreed. Yeah.
But what a game and what a statement as well from the team. It
wasn't a great game.
What a game! 3-1. We needed it. We needed to show. This is the point when sometimes they've wobbled throughout the rest of the season, when we've had to kick on again. Now we're kicking on. We should have
after a big Europa result, not a performance, but after a big Europa result. I mean, we could have had a come down like that small club from Woolwich. You know, where they you know, they put all their efforts into a game and then they couldn't beat Fulham. So, you know, I think that we managed the game really, really well. And the substitutions, half time, you know, you're not going to want to hear this on Monday. I'm going to be honest. You're not going to want to hear this. But I think Ollie is slowly but surely learning from mistakes that he's making in regards to, I think he was too scared to not play McFred. But once he saw how the game was being played, he realised, you know what, I can take him off, move Pogba central, because they're not really offering us that threat central. And then now we've got Cavani, who we know can lead the line. And now we've got, you know, a different attacking threat, maybe. You know, that's what I was thinking. On Monday, that's actually to you.
Okay. So you're saying, right, so Mr. B, you're saying that you've seen a bit of development by Ole Gunnar Solskjaer because he made subs. He took off, didn't go with Fred and McTominay. He brought Pogba in there to make it more creative. That's based on the opposition, right?
Yeah.
We had about 70% of possession today. So it's all about, so where I want to see the development, I kind of agree with you. Obviously, he did make the sub. It did free us up a bit more. It did give us a bit more creativity. But this is my whole issue all season about breaking teams down. So even though I watched the game, even though the scoreline says 3-1 right there, I'm still not happy with the patterns of play and how we scored the goal. We scored the third goal on a break, which when they were piling forward. So I'll cancel that one out. And the other two goals was like, bit of step over onto the left foot and shot by Greenwood, who's always clinical and hits it into the corners, and he's got one of the best shots in the league. So I don't see a pattern of play. Like I thought Wan-Bissaka done a lot better this today. He was getting down the wing. He was having a bit more space. He was a bit more looking to get the crosses in. I want to see goals like that. And this is why I don't understand why I didn't start with Cavani. And Rashford coming off. See, Rashford is still not doing it for me. His player choice, was he supposed to be playing centre forward today?
Yeah,
I think him and Greenwood were switching from right to centre forward.
All right, well, it's not whatever they're doing. It's not working because he keeps coming deep to get the ball, to pick it up at feet and run at players. He's not getting on the end of things. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that move where you said in the first half, Kinde, where Greenwood nearly scored, Rashford squared it. These are the kind of goals where I say, okay, let's get more of these patterns of play like that, where we're getting balls into the danger area, that corridor throughout the 6-yard box, where our strikers, mainly Cavani, can come in and slot them in. Because I think he would do that.
Sorry, Amanda, you didn't see the first goal. The first goal was a very good goal, very good team goal.
Okay. Well, that's good then. So I do agree. Sorry, yeah, I got this. So I do agree. Good subs. In a game like this, we need to be more creative and have ball retention in their half. That will give us more opportunity to sort of create things. But I don't see. My point is, I'm still not seeing a system, a plan, a pattern of play where we're creating. It's just like getting more creative players in their half and playing and see what they can do. I'm not seeing any sort of formula as yet. That's my issue. But I agree with you.
Okay, so do players make substitutions or do managers make substitutions?
The managers make the substitution or the coaching staff. Okay. I'm saying it's all right getting these players in there, but I don't see them having a formula of how we're going to score our goals. Still not seeing that.
So
I think you just need to watch the highlights.
Are you going to give Ollie credit for making the subs today or the players?
I don't give Ollie credit for anything.
Okay.
There's no point, is there? There's no point.
I'm not giving any credit. I can't give him any credit because I'm not. As I said, if you guys listen, I'm not giving any credit for anything because I'm not seeing a pattern of play, a formula that we're having to break down teams. I'm not seeing it. Still not seeing it. You know,
the first goal was a great team goal.
Okay, I haven't seen the first goal. So I need to go back and check that. But I'm judging. It's not on today's game. I'm judging it over the season and his however long he's been there, 1.5 years or 2 years. I'm not seeing any patterns of play, a formula where we say this is United kind of goal. Yesterday I watched Man City. Even though they lost, they were swamped in their half, back and forth, keeping the ball. That's their thing. What's our thing? What's our brand?
Well, this is the thing. You're pointing this out about patterns.
What I'm asking, you guys asked me a question. I've answered it. Okay.
Right.
And I agree with you. The subs made it more, gave us more ball retention, gave us more creative players with ball retention, and then we could force something. But I'm asking, what I'm saying to you, I'm not seeing enough creativity. I'm not seeing enough patterns of play. Where even if it's like overlap fullbacks crossing the 6-yard box and tap it in, that sort of goal, I don't mind. But I just want to see something. I'm not seeing it.
I thought out of the 3 goals today, 2 of them were really good team goals. Even if you say the third one was a counter attack, it was a lovely goal.
Team goal, yeah.
Team goal, yeah. And I saw that. But if Omonde wants to see more patterns of play, this is something United can definitely improve on, 100%. But we're not doing that badly at the moment with no patterns of play. So imagine when we do start to develop patterns.
Right. So get a manager in who can do that then. So that's my point. Do you see what I'm saying?
No. It's not about getting a manager that could do that, because the manager we've got now is second in the league and in the semi-final of Europa League.
Hold on a minute.
So what I'm saying to you is, Mr. B pointed out. Hold on, I'm talking. Mr. B pointed out about Ollie improving on when to make substitutions and all that. And when he did do that at half-time, the game opened up and we scored 2 very good team goals. So I'm not saying Ollie's the finished article. I'm not. I'm saying United as a team, we need to improve. Ollie needs to improve on certain things. He's learning on the job. And once we improve the patterns of play, on top of what we've got now, because we're second in the league, we haven't lost for a long time in the league, then I think we're going to be a great team. We're going to be up there with C.
Mr. B, do you mind? Can I respond?
Yeah, 1 second. Just let me go for a couple of these messages here. Yeah, we've got a message from Talk MU. That's hi guys.
Hi, Talk. Hi.
We've got one from Adam Morris. Great win today. Ollie's really got us playing the United way. I think that's a wind up. I think that's a wind up to Monday. Anytime we mention.
Adam knows what he's talking about. Adam, get on the show. We need more like people like you on the show. Come on.
Talk MU guys. Even with this squad that does need replacements, Ollie is doing bits. Ollie in. Talk MU.
Talk MU's on the bus as well. He's got a ticket as well.
There you go. We've got one from Fanatic. Maybe we'll save this question for a little bit later. We'll keep it on the screen, and see what happens with this one as we have our little conversations in a little while. But Omonde, back to you, big man.
Sorry, Kahinde just said Ollie's learning on the job. Quote that. He said Ollie's learning on the job. This is Man United. You need, if you want to learn, you come here to learn. Is this like a school or something? Where you're going to learn, or you're going to come here?
Are you asking me?
Or do you want to come here with the degree and no tactics and?
Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
No, I haven't finished. Okay. All right. So that's what you just said. He's learning on the job. This is Man United. So as you agreed, he's not the finished article. You also said that he's not the finished article. Then you said he's learning on the job. So I'm saying to you, why can't we? What's your issue with me when I'm saying let's get a guy who can take us to the next level? Because you're saying he's got to second with what we got. So So my thing is, I understand that we've got something good here, but so let's get a manager who can take us to the next level, who's not learning on the job, who's qualified, who's got a 2-1 in tactical football. You know, not fucking, excuse my language, not flipping infant school. You know, B-Tech.
Right. I want to answer that. This is your time to respond.
Wait. Before you answer, can you just assure me one thing? Just assure me one thing. Just assure me one thing. You respond to what I just said.
What's that? I am.
All right, go.
Right. You just said, why don't we just get a manager who's already, got a 2-1 and blah, 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 and does have a tactical know-how, whatever. I would like you to name 3 managers. I asked you the other day. Name 3 managers in world football right now who you think is going to come into Manchester United, do better than Ollie, not disrupt the direction of the club in terms of our philosophy, our recruitment and what we're doing, just like Mourinho did, then we could talk about it. But at the moment, you just said you don't have anyone in mind. So what's the point of saying something if you don't have anyone that you're considering on the shortlist? No, I haven't finished. If I said to you, I want to get rid of Cavani, and you say, for who? I said, I want us to buy Haaland. So I'm saying a ready-made replacement. I'm saying this guy could do a better job. That's just a hypothetical. I like Cavani. But you're not even naming the manager. You can't even name a manager that could come in and do a better job than Ollie.
All right, can I respond to that, please?
Go ahead.
You asked me the same crusty question the other day, and I responded to you. Guys, the reason why it's a crusty question, yeah, because you asked it twice, all right, and it still don't taste nice, all right. My response to you the other day, I said to you clearly, I said I don't have there's people qualified, people in the staff who employed to find this guy. All I'm saying is we don't. This is what we need. I'm not going to now. You want me to go and recruit someone? I'm not on the board. I'm not part of the staff. I can't do that. You want me to name 3 managers that can do that? I don't know. This is what I'm saying to you. I said to you the other day, I don't know. I don't know. What more do you want me to say? And now you're bringing it up again. Please.
Because you just asked me. You just asked me, why don't we get a ready-made replacement for Ollie? And I answered, and I said, well, why don't you have a shortlist then?
That's not my job. It's not my job to look at man. I'm giving you the criteria.
Don't ask a question. Don't ask a question like that. And you know,
I'm giving you the criteria.
You're asking me a question.
And you're asking
me a question. Why don't we get someone to replace him when you don't even have anyone to consider to replace him? What's the point?
I said this the other day. I don't work for Man United. I'm not looking actively to find out who meets the criteria. I don't work in football. I don't know. I'm telling you what the criteria is for what we need. That's all. And
Sorry, Mr. B, can I ask you a question?
God.
Do you know managers in world football? You know a lot of teams in world football, and you know some of the managers.
I know Ollie, and that's the only one that I care about.
This is the most crusty question I've heard, and he nailed it twice. Go on, ask me 3 times.
If Ollie was sacked tomorrow, I guarantee that all the United channels will have a debate on which manager should replace him. Which manager has our style of play?
Ollie's not getting sacked for 3 years. Let's just nip it in the bud here, lads, because you know what? Ollie is at the wheel. And he ain't going nowhere, right? He's not going nowhere, right? At all. What happened? Okay?
He's got it.
Ollie's at the wheel. Let me finish, right? Ollie's at the wheel, right? The philosophy that's in place, right? We've covered this a lot of times, yeah? The philosophy that is in place, and I agree with Conde, and I agree with you to certain aspects of Ollie's not that experienced, he's not this, but the club is going through this long-term period. When they think about things, they're thinking strategically, they're going to keep Ollie at this job for 3 to 5 years, 100%. And that's the end of it. He's not going to get sacked. Nothing's going to happen for 5 years, and I'll guarantee you this now.
All right, Ollie's at the wheel, like you said, he's an infant. He's doing like B-Tech. Ollie's at the wheel singing, the wheels on the bus go round and round. I have no tactics. That's the tune he's singing. Infant business, man. Come out of this.
He's gone to the same university. He's got the same licenses as all these other, as every single other manager. You have your UEFA licenses, you have your football. They're all taught the same way. They're all taught the same way. All the education is exactly the same.
Amanda, I've got a question for you.
Go ahead.
We've had a finished article in Jose. We had a finished article in Van Gaal. We had a so-called finished article in Moyes. They made mistakes. They made mistakes and were allowed to make mistakes because they were quote unquote experienced managers. If Ollie is doing a better job learning on the job, what makes you think that he can't learn with Manchester United at the same time? You're talking about this ready-made. No. We've tried ready-made and all it did was leave us in the shit. No. Ollie's philosophy is he wants to do it the old school Ferguson way, yeah? The United way. Now that may well be that may well be backroom staff. But what I've noticed with Ollie is one, he tends not to make the same mistake more than twice. I'm not going to say once because he's made a couple of them twice. But maybe that's because he has a doubt in his mind and he wants to see if it messes up again. Instance, Fred getting sent off. He didn't take that chance with Pogba. He took Pogba straight off. You know, there's little things that he's doing that I think he's learning. The formation. There's times beginning of the season where he would have played McFred until the end of the game, hoping, thinking, praying that they would have created something when we know that they haven't. Today, again, he made a sub early in the half. Playing Cavani sparingly. I think what he's doing, when Cavani says he's fit to play, he gives 100%. When he's not fit to play, he plays like he doesn't give a shit. And at the moment, I think he's fit and he's playing like he gives a shit. You know, he's scoring what's he scored the last 3 games for us? He's finding a rich vein of form.
3 games and assists, isn't it? 3 goals and assists.
His level now is stepping up. So I think, yes, as much as he is a novice and he is learning on the job, he's also improving on the job.
Yes. So novice, learning on the job. Okay. You accept that. That's fine. Just to respond to your points, Mr. B. So you're saying about Jose, Louis van Gaal and David Moyes, ready-made managers. We employed these guys without any philosophy behind it. This is the mistake we've made. You know, we've just thought, all right, he's good, let's bring him in. But we found it didn't really fit. It didn't really fit with what we are as a club. What we are as a club is what Shah just said. What our so-called philosophy is going back to like 58. We had young players. We've kept with that. We've kept with young players, as you said, since 1930s. We've always had at least one academy player in each squad that we've had, and this is what makes us proud, you know, of being United fans. This is our identity. It's what we got. So it's good that we're going back to that. I'm behind the whole philosophy behind it. I'm just saying, and I think Ollie's just a face because you couldn't bring like one of the top name managers in, and with this all going on behind the scenes, with our whole philosophy going on behind the snes, they would have to be on board with it. Unfortunately, Jose wasn't. Louis van Gaal wasn't. He had his own. Remember, Louis van Gaal had his own philosophy. I've got his book up here with his own philosophy. He comes from Ajax. That's not Man United. You understand what I'm saying? Jose Mourinho has his own thing going on. Ego, personality, structured, compact, you know, system. It doesn't suit Man United. And we all must agree, when he came to Man United, that was something we were a bit more concerned about, you know? And the same with David Moyes. The same with David Moyes. David Moyes, with all his time at Everton, he always played a solid team, one big guy up front, and played more compact. That's not Man United either. So maybe Alex Ferguson made a bit of an error there, thinking he could be a bit more expansive, but he never has. It's only now that he's gone to Real Sociedad and learned the game a bit more. This is David Moyes I'm talking about. And now he's come to West Ham and he's tried to demonstrate that he can be a bit more expansive with teams that he's playing. But that's taken 10 years or something in the making to get to that stage. Do you understand what I'm saying? So my point is this, that the ready-made, I'm not this ready-made person I want to come in. I don't know who he is. And if Zico asks me again, I'm leaving the show. All right? But I don't know who he is.
Don't ask the question.
All I'm doing is giving you the criteria of what we need to go forward. I love the club just as much as all 3 of you guys and everyone on this station. We all love Man United to our hearts. But this is why we're so passionate about it, because I want to see us improve. We had an opportunity this year where I feel stupid because someone late at the end of the season going to go and get my clipped where I said we're in the title challenge, you know, and make me look stupid. But we were. And if Ollie was had a bit more nous and wasn't learning on the job and wasn't a novice, your words, then maybe we'd be a lot closer now. Look at it now.
All right.
So maybe this time next year, if he's in that position again, he'll improve. Will every manager improve with experience?
Listen,
exactly.
Every manager, they get better.
Had 4 years.
More years, they get more experience.
Klopp had 4 years before he got to that point.
I think that's different, Shah. Klopp came to a side and he brought his own philosophy. It's clearly he had his philosophy from that.
Hold on. No, you're right. It's totally the same time.
Klopp brought a philosophy.
It's the same time because Ollie's coming in at a time when he's got 3 different managers' teams. Right, he hasn't even had. He's had 3 windows now, 4th windows. Yeah, 4 windows have gone where he's been able to bring in his own players. Right.
Hold on. Don't swallow.
He's getting there slowly.
This is a blend.
He's getting there slowly.
Shah, you just said about you were comparing Klopp to Ollie about what Klopp did at Liverpool. Let's stick to that. Don't say about Ollie now. Windows.
I tell you what. On Monday, we won 3-1.
We need to be talking about the game today as well.
Exactly.
anytime we get you in
Let's
this,
go through the player ratings.
you bring us down your road of conjecture. We're not going there. We've done it for 15 minutes longer than we should have done.
Negative.
That is for a different show.
Okay,
We won the game 3-1 today.
Except-
We won the game 3-1 today. But this is Talk M. You see what Talk Man you said here?
Yeah,
Youth,
tomorrow
courage,
we'll talk about it on the
greatness.
show tomorrow.
Think about that,
3-1,
yeah?
let's be positive.
Youth,
3-1, second
courage,
in the
and
league.
greatness.
Those
Yeah?
are definitely.
Right. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game and the performances. As we start, we're going to start with the goalkeeper. There was a question here from Fanatic a little bit earlier on. Right about here. Opinions, gentlemen, and your score rating.
I'll go first. 30 seconds. 2 is 200. 2, grammar lesson there for you. Right. Sorry, so I'm just joking. So he is he should be comfortable, and he deserves it. He really deserves it. He's our number one now. He's fitting in okay. Didn't make a mistake for the goal. Didn't do anything wrong as far as I can see against this big Burnley brutes that they have out there, and I'm happy with him.
Kahunde.
So,
yeah, he didn't make any mistakes. But again, you can see he's vocal. He comes off his line and all that. So yeah, got no issues with it. I'll give him a rating. I'll give him a rating of 7.
6 for me.
6, okay. And Shah?
Yeah, he done all right. Done what he needed to do. I don't feel like he's still an out number one at the moment. I think it will just be swap. I think De Gea might get a couple more games through this season in the Premier League. But yeah, for me, I'll say about 7 for Dean's performance today.
Me? I'll give him a solid 7. I like Henderson, and he is beginning to grow on me, if I'm honest. I wasn't too sure beginning of the season. I thought it might have just been not an accident or a fluke, but situations happen where players fall into place. I think he's fallen into place, and I think he's taken his chance. We had a conversation a little while ago about him getting the 10 games.
Yep, you said it.
If this 10 games is anything to go by, then I think he could. They could make that change in the summer, and I don't think it would affect anything but our wage structure. So today I'll give Henderson a 7. Obviously, we always go with our fullbacks. Left and right back, we'll start with Kahunde. What you got for me, big man?
I'm going to give Luke Shaw. I thought he played well. I want to give Luke Shaw a 7. I was going to say 6.5, but I'm going to give him a 7 because I thought he played well. He showed a lot of composure as well when he got in their box. I think he did a little cutback in the box and all that. And I think his all-round game is becoming like a complete fullback. Wan-Bissaka, I'll give him a 6. I think there's no real frills and all that. It was pretty solid. I thought maybe he could have done better. I mean, people were blaming Maguire for the goal, but maybe he could have done better as well because I think he was kind of with the runner as well. It wasn't just Maguire, but I'll give him a 6. Yeah.
Shaw?
I think Shaw done really well, actually. A lot of overlap with Rashford, cutting in. Bit like Conde said, cutting in, even the cutback. He could have potentially had a penalty. There was a little clip. He could have gone down, made it a bit dramatic. But, that one's for Wayne Brown. We know he likes a penalty coming out of from VAR. But I think all in all, Luke Shaw's games just been phenomenal, consistent, and really top class. For me, I'll give him an 8 in this game again. Just doing what he does every single game that we're playing him at the moment, which is nice to see. Wan-Bissaka, again, very similar. I'll give him a 7. A little bit of a mistake. He let the runner go, like Kunde said about that. But I mean, Burnley are a big team, and there's always a physical challenge, which, in my opinion, personally, Maguire should. It wasn't Wan-Bissaka's fault. Maguire should have seen the position, the run coming, and then done the interception when needed. But that's another conversation for the next bit. So 7 and 7 for both.
Yeah, I give Wan-Bissaka a 6. I thought he done well today. He was really trying. He was getting raiding, and getting used a lot more than he's used to. So I'm more for that there. Let's keep that going. So 6 for Wan-Bissaka, and obviously defending is the best. And Luke Shaw, on the ball, head up, dribbling. He can go. He does what he wants. Top player. I've got utmost respect for him, for his character and what he's done this season to show everybody. Where you got even other fans saying he's number 1 in the league. 7 for Luke Shaw.
Me, I'll give Wan-Bissaka a 6.5, and I'm giving Luke Shaw a 7. I would give Luke Shaw an 8, but I think there's a couple of players who I probably played a little bit better than Luke Shaw today. But I will say that, was it Kahunda you'd mentioning about his composure in the opposition box?
Yeah.
I think today he showed another string to his bow in regards to he's got the crossing, but now he's also got the confidence to stop the ball, drag the ball back, and actually look for a pass. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's left backs in the league, Tierney, who will just run and just whack it across the goal and hope that a forward gets in. So
you're gonna get at work tomorrow.
It's this level, it's at this level. So 7.5. I'm giving him a straight 7.5. Centre backs, I'm going to go to Shah because I know we've got 2 centre backs sitting down ready to talk about the pairing. Shah, for you?
6 and a 6 for them. Both of them caught out a couple of times by Woods with the crosses coming in. We know Burnley like the whipping the balls into that space, into that nice space in front of the 6-yard line and in between the spot. And the amount of times Wood was just there. I think, if we've got an £80 million central defender, he needs to be doing better in those sort of situations for me. And Lindelof behind him. So for me, 6 and 6, man. And that's it. I'm done.
And one day, I know that kissing of one's teeth was from you.
All right, 6 and 6 again. I have to agree with Shah. They didn't get caught in behind. They defended well. When you're playing against Burnley and Chris Wood, he's like 6'5", built like he's a unit. I mean, no one could really trouble him. As we said in the preview game, we're talking about how they were effective in the set pieces, things like that. And I'm blaming Ollie or the coaching staff because you don't let these big old guys get the run on you. You can see they set up the zonal marking system. They're just standing there, right? This is my zone. I'm going to clear anything. But they had to run on them. It's easy work, Even though it's a foul, he put the elbow in his face and that. But you know what I'm saying? When you're playing against Burnley, you can't always do the same thing. You got to say to yourself, all these guys are 6'10". I'm doing like WWF stats, taller than they are. But all these guys are massive. So if you're going to let this guy do a corner like that and let them get the run on you, where they're going to defend, where you're just standing there and you can't have time to jump, and they can jump over you like that. That's not good enough. So maybe this coaching staff need to look at that and say, let's do something better next time. But 6 and 6, thank you.
Kahunde. Hello.
Yeah, I'm gonna go 6 and 6 as well. Yeah, I'm going 6 and 6 as well. I thought, when I watched it again, I think they were too deep. They were too close to the keeper. And like I said, everyone knows what Burnley do, their run-ins and stuff like that. And it was like a lack of organisation. I think Maguire, as a captain, he should be organising that from the corner, like who's picking up who, and he should be going with the bigger man.
It's a zonal defence.
He's captain. He's £80 million. He should have a voice. Sort that out, man.
Guys, are you guys being serious? It's a zonal defensive system. How can you say?
Can I say something? Can I say something?
Am I allowed to talk?
Sorry.
Right. When you spoke,
I'm sorry.
Kunle kept his mouth shut.
All right, but I could
let him speak.
All right, I'll wait.
You have
I'm sorry.
Right, you have to suck it up. You have to suck it up.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm serious.
This is going down. This is.
Let's go, Kuhn. They finish up, man.
I just think that, especially a team like Burnley, there should be more organisation. And as Maguire, he's the captain. He's the guy who's got the best in the air and all that. I think he should be picking up the biggest threat there. If you watch it again, it feels like all of them were just kind of sitting deep. I think they just kind of fell asleep. It was lack of organisation.
Oh my days.
So I'm not gonna blame the coaching staff or whatever. I just think that they need to organise it. Ollie's not on the pitch. He can't organise it. He can't play for them.
Oh my days.
They need to sort that out. They need to sort that out for themselves.
You've had your say. You've given your mark.
Start up, please.
But anyway, 6 and 6.
One show, wrong day. I left it at home.
Oh yeah, Lindelof.
No.
Lindelof.
Let it go.
I think he put us in danger towards the end because when they were chasing that second goal, he got left on his backside, and Shaw had to save him with a last-ditch challenge. So yeah, I wasn't impressed with either of them.
Mr. B, please.
I'll give both of them 6.
Please, Mr. B.
Go on. You've got 15 seconds.
Okay. Guys, you can't say, look, the coaching staff say on corners, this is what they say in the presentation before the game, on corners we're doing this. It's going to be zonal marking. We mark our zones. So you can't say now, oh, Harry Maguire's going to say, I'm going to pick him up. You know what I'm saying? What are you talking about, guys? It's a zonal thing that's done by the coaching staff prior to the game. So they sat there and said, this is our zone and we just win it. That's why Burnley decided we should attack the space and get him on the run and score the goal. So it's got nothing to do with Maguire. It's to do with the coaching staff, the zonal marking. Understand the between zonal marking and man marking.
Well, I don't know what the coaching staff said because I'm not inside. I know you don't. You obviously know because you know everything that goes on behind the scenes.
Every corner is
Monday knows everything that goes on behind the scenes that you're United, but I don't know. I'm just looking at. I'm just watching it. I'm saying there should be organisation there.
Every corner we're defending is zonal marking. Can we not see that all?
Okay.
Yeah, but it's preparation for Burnley, so I don't know.
3-1 win, lads. 3-1 win.
Are you two going to stop? Wrong show, wrong day. That's a studs up issue. Yeah? We're here to talk about the game.
Sorry.
Thank you. My mark, if it's any good for you, was 6 and 6. I would actually give Maguire a 5. Because I think that was for the goal, he ended up on his backside. So I would actually go as far as to give Maguire a 5.
That's because he got an elbow to the neck.
He didn't get nothing to the neck. He's not strong enough. Look at
I think he did. The guy was all over
making a man knock his head. No, he should be stronger. As I said, that's £80 million, yeah?
But the guy put the run on him. That's why the guy had the momentum.
Oh, so you agree with me now?
What's that?
I'm agreeing with you, but there should have been better organisation. He was standing there. He should have been.
He was flat-footed. He didn't jump. There was no jump.
Touch tight because the guy went onto him. He was standing there as a free guy.
So maybe Harry should go and speak to the coaching staff. Say, look, guys, this zonal mark is not working against.
Can you send me Gary Neville's number, please? Because I don't have any insight to what's going on.
But we know you've got his number on Monday. We know you've got all of their numbers. And a spy cam in the dressing room because you know exactly what Ollie tells them or what he doesn't tell them. We now move on to our central midfield of Fred and McTominay. Fred, I'm going to give my mark nice and quick. Fred, 5. I'm glad he was taken off.
Yeah.
McTominay, I'll give a 6.5. I think when Fred came off, he was able to express himself better. I mean, I don't know what his role was in the first half, whether it was holding or defensive, but the fact that he was able to then decide to make up his own mind what he wanted to do. He was inside with Pogba, but he was breaking ahead of Paul Pogba sometimes. Those are things that we need to look at. We don't need a defensive midfielder at all against Burnley. So the fact that we had two box-to-box central midfielders, they used their head. One dropped off when Pogba had it deep. He played it long. When McTominay went, when Pogba sat, McTominay was able to go. So I think that they worked that part of the game out very, very well. So Fred, 5. McTominay, 6.5. And Pogba, a 7 when he went into central midfield. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'll do it like that. I'll go on.
Oh,
Shah.
sorry. Yeah, you know what? I'll take you, Conde. Go on.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna give the same scores as you did. Fred 5 because he didn't really do much. Tommy 6.5. I'll give Pogba, yeah, but especially when he went into the central midfield area, I'll give him 6.5. No, seven.
You sure? You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Sure.
I'm sorry, I just want to say McTominay, I think he was very he's a bit of an enforcer. So I think this game suited him. There's a couple of times I watched him strong, winning headers and everything, and I was quite
passion, showing the passion and the desire,
yeah, definitely. All right, go ahead, Shah.
I think Fred 100% agree with both 5. For me, Pogba was 7, borderline 8. Some of the stuff he was doing, his time he created on the ball with 3-4 players around him. Today, he just showed the other element to Pogba of even not having to work out of struggling situations to create space, linking up well. Him and Bruno were running all over the pitch. Energy from Pogba was good today. Positive, a lot of play. So he's like 7.5 for me. Scott, obviously the change when that happened from Fred coming away, I agree everything with what you said, Mr. B. I think it was nice just to see Scott playing without having to think about where Fred is or that he's now thinking about where Pogba is. And I think that relationship needs to be the relationship that needs to be played for the rest of the season, personally.
Amondi? Sorry.
Well said, Shah. Yeah, I agree. Pogba, I'll give him a 7. I thought in the first half when he was playing high at the pitch, he was making some really nice, neat runs. They were interchanging, and if only we had players with the ability to pick him out with the ball in, popping it in their area or in their penalty area and in their half. I thought he was overly intelligent, so I give him a 7. McTominay really enjoyed his play today. I just think he needs to. The more games he plays, he's coming on a lot. His confidence is getting more improved. And I just need a bit more. The more he plays with these top players, he will tweak his game and be a bit more intricate and neater and nicer, and try a little progressive pass because we need that from him. Because we know he's got the shot from out the box, but we just need a little bit of a pop it into man's feet, and rather than play the safe pass, percentage pass. I know he's got his locker and bring that. So a bit more long pass, crossfield passing. He needs to improve, and a bit more pinging into feet. And a bit more progressive passing. I'd love to see a bit more of that from him. With that will come with confidence. Fred 5, McTominay 6.
Do we go to our front three? I mean, we've kind of marked Pogba here already, so we'll go for Greenwood. What we got? Greenwood, Rashford, Greenwood. We'll give them. Yeah, you know what? We'll go with that 4. We can all have our individual marks on them, but we'll go with that 4. I'm going to do a quick one.
Let's go Greenwood, Rashford, and Bruno. Bruno.
Yeah, all right, Donny van der Beek came on.
Yeah, we can talk about Donny. I think he had an exceptional 10 minutes, but it was only 10 minutes, so that's a little snippet he can get at the end. For me, I'm going to talk about Greenwood today. Greenwood was my man of the match. I just think right now his confidence. It's strange what confidence and a goal does. That goal that started his run back. We said it was a crummy goal. It was a crummy goal, but it's a weight off his mind. Now, I believe that he feels he's going to go in and score every single game, and that's beautiful to see in a young player. You know what I mean? Whether it's a Leeds, a West Ham. I like to see young English players flourish, and right now I think he had a crap start to the season, crap middle of the season, but for whatever reason, his head's back on his head. His head's back down. He's scoring goals, and he looks like he's enjoying himself today. So he was my man of the match with a 9. Fernandes, 9. Yeah, straight up. He scored 2 goals, bro. Okay. He scored 2 goals. That's a 9. Rashford, he's not fit, and I feel bad grading. He had the assist. I understand that, but he's not fit. So I feel that he's playing with that in the back of his mind. So my mark for Rashford's going to be a 6.5. But he's playing when he shouldn't be playing. We've got players who can play in that position and he doesn't have to play. He can play, but Donny, I think Donny's proved that he can play anywhere on the pitch. He can rest Rashford for 2 games, for 3 games. You know what I mean? Give him the week off in training. You know what I mean? So that he stays at home and just relaxes instead of having to get up, go in his car, have a this, do a this, do a that. Just chill out and have a total rest. You know what I mean? Maybe that won't help, but maybe it will. It's something that I don't think Ollie's willing to try. So I'm going to give him a 6.5. And with Fernandez, I'll give Fernandez a 6.5. 6. Yeah, I'll give Fernandez a 6.5. I want to hear from you on Monday.
Okay. I'm usually last. I'll take it now. All right, let's go. Bruno Fernandes. He's a top player, but I'll give him a 6 today because he needs a bit more. Maybe needs a rest. I'm afraid to say maybe needs a rest. Quality player though. Quality. I'm not. A 6 is like harsh for me, but he done what he usually does. Who's next? Greenwood. Yeah. I won't give him a 9, like you said. I'll give him a 7. Good performance today. Done the right things. And his shots, it was deflection the second goal. But I like seeing him popping off shots because his shots are so accurate. With either foot, he's one of the best, deadliest shooters in the league. And maybe in Europe. So give him a 7. Who else is there? Rashford. I wish give Rashford a 6. I'm not impressed with Rashford a lot. I'm just calling him Trashford because that's what he's delivering these days. I'm really disappointed with him. He needs to
You are so harsh, Jesus Christ.
He needs to develop his game, like you said, Mr. B, about Donny van de Beek. If that was Rashford in that position, he would have squared it for Cavani. He would have tried to score. And you agree with that. And that's the kind of thing I think he needs to improve on. So I'm going to be harsh on him until he learns to improve. And Donny van de Beek, when he came on, intelligent, high IQ, what you expect. We need to see more of him. I'll give him a 6. Oh, Cavani! Sorry, wait, Cavani!
Not yet. Not without Cavani yet.
Cavani!
We're not on Cavani yet.
I love Cavani. Cavani gets a 7 for me. I think he's a quality player, and I'm watching things, and even me, it makes me want to play striker. Because watching him, I just get so inspired. He's such a good player.
Better than Harry Kane?
Yes, in a word, yes.
Thank you. Leave it there. Don't go anymore. Kohunde? Cavani?
I'm going to give Cavani a 7 because I think obviously his influence in the second half, again, stretching Burnley's defenders and with his movement, he causing them a lot of trouble, and obviously got his goal at the end. So he gets a 7. Rashford, I'm going to give a 6.5 because I feel the first half he could have had the assist for Greenwood. He did a really good ball across the box, and that should have been a goal that Greenwood should have finished that off. But then he got an assist in the second half where, Bruno didn't touch it, but he let it go through his legs. But that's Rashford's assist. Had a little champagne moment with that Ronaldinho flip-flap skill as well. But I'll give him a 6.5 because it was 100% effort again. You know what you're getting from Rashford. Bruno, I'll give 6.5 again as well because although he's quiet, he showed really good composure in our first goal with letting it go through his legs and the awareness, where he could have shot or something, but he knew where Greenwood was, let it go through his legs and scored. Greenwood's my MOM today. I'm going to give him an 8. He got 2 goals, and even for the third goal, the build-up, his composure again. He always tries to do the right things all the time. You never see him think, you've overrun it too much, or like Rashford does. He just plays a simple game, and his thing, his objective is to score always, and he's got himself in those good positions. So yeah, and Van de Beek, he made little cameo. I'll give him a 6. Really good.
Sure.
Good cameo.
Rashford for me, a similar thoughts to you, Mr. B. One thing you got to rate him. He's coming to the team with an injury. He knows that in the back of his head, and he still wants to play. He's been playing through that, and he's still putting in 110%. So for me, like the 6.5, I think is fair. And I think Ollie is making a big mistake with Rashford at the moment by playing him. I agree with you there as well about him needing a bit of a rest. Personally, I think we could see that. There's a moment when the cameraman caught him, catching his face about his ankle and that. You could just see when you see sort of player do that, something's not right. And if they're going to play through, they're going to feel it for the next couple of days kind of thing. And I think we need to think about putting Van der Beek into these sort of situations so he gets longer time to gel with the team as well. So a good situation there is to rest Rashford, maybe play Van der Beek for those 90 minutes like he got midweek. So 6.5 like for Rashford. Bruno, 6 for me. He made there's a lot of wayward passes with Bruno. There's a lot of these long balls that were coming out of nowhere. And really, there was a lot of simpler balls that we could have just kept hold of the ball and built up to that, which we saw in those last 10 minutes of the 90 when Van der Beek and the players came on, who were able to happen. Once Fred had gone off, it was a different game for us. So for me, Bruno was a 6, but obviously enthusiasm for him always the same. Greenwood, definitely a man of the match, 8. 100%. It's nice to see him playing with that freedom. He's taken that weight off of his shoulders about getting a goal, becoming more consistent, and his accuracy. You can't question his accuracy. Is ridiculous. You know, he's probably only sometimes a foot away from the post when he does. If not, he's hitting the post. So I'm pleased for him. And again, he showed today against the team that are stubborn, parking the bus, that he can work around that and build up play from that right hand side. I think he's learning that side of the game very well, and he can play across any of that 3. And I think he showed that today again.
Cavani.
And then Cavani. As soon as he come on, it changed a little bit different dynamic to the squad. I think this is our best full way to play. A 7 for me for Cavani. Right place, right time as usual with his movements and playing it off, and does a lot of tracking back. There was a moment when he lost the ball, and Cavani was, there next to Maguire when you got midfielders on even at that pace. So that for me in any match, if you've got a player who's willing to do that, always gets big props from me, man. 100%. You got someone who's want to put the legs in and win the ball back up. Win the ball back after he's lost it is a big personality. And that's the right sort of personalities we need at United.
Okay. Now, can we there's a lot of messages here. I wanted to just do them all at one time. We can go through them. I just want to give our mark for Ollie. And I'm actually going to start with Shah because I'm going to save a certain Ollie hater until last. So Shah, your marks on Ollie for today, please, big man.
I think an 8 for Ollie again. 8. I think the things that we're seeing from Ollie are typical, changing the team around. Rotation is obviously part of his philosophy for different parts of the games, and he's been doing it, and he's brought on the right substitutions at the right times.
Woo!
I'm gonna give Ollie a 7 because I said he shouldn't have started with McFred in the first place, but he addressed it at halftime. He saw that it wasn't working, and he addressed it. So he made those tactical changes, and every substitution he put on in the second half made an impact during the game. He played a role in the goals as well. So I'll give him a 7.
Me, I'm going to give Ollie an 8. I think, as I said, he's learning. The substitutions. Even the 9.5 minutes that he gave Donny van der Beek was enough for me to show that he knew where the tweak needed to be made. We've got a man in here who will say it was a fluke, and it was the players who decided to run in that position. That's fine. I'll accept that, but I believe Ollie told Van der Beek to go where he played. So I'm going to give him an 8. Now we've had an average score of 8 so far for Ollie. Let's see if the score drops down.
Okay. So what I'm hearing now, we're going to have to call him Professor X Ollie, yeah? Because he must be, we don't touch that, completely new. He must be developing plays and reading people's minds and telling them what to do, from what you guys are saying. 8, 7s? He crazy. I'm going to give him a 3. So, okay, I'll give him a 3. He made the subs because someone was in his ear or someone in his mic must have said to him, time for the sub, Ollie. He's like, okay, yeah. So this is what happens. And the reason I'm giving it 3 because there's still, like I said before, in the first half of the show, they're still not seeing any as Alex says here, agreed. We need to develop a pattern of play. This is from someone who's watching the show, who's obviously got a lot of football knowledge. Big up Alex, knows a lot about football, and he's saying we need to develop a pattern of play. That's why I'm only giving him a 3. So I keep putting the subs on. These are top quality players.
Okay. Well, I knew your mark was going to bring it down. I didn't expect to get a 3, but I know when you're harsh, you're harsh. I'm not going to sit here and disagree. It's all about opinions. What we will do, though, we're going to go through these messages. We've had Fanatic up already. We've had Alex up already. We've had Torkebu up already. We've got another one here from Alex.
It's not our job.
Yeah, thank you. Read it from here.
It's not our job to find names for these managers. Thank you. But we can comment on the manager's progress. How long do we use the learning on the job thing? If he doesn't win Europa, it ain't good. It's good enough. Simple. Alex, fantastic.
Okay,
I
question.
agree. He should win Europa. I expect him to win.
What about
Europa.
the other things that Alex said then?
Alex in his previous comment before that, he said
no, on here in this one.
Well, you said what about the other things Alex said? I'm saying
on this
what he
on
said
this.
No, well, I'm going to go back to everything that he said.
All right,
he said the counter attack is not sustainable, but you know, it's we haven't winged it the whole season. You know, we've been playing that, and Mourinho's had a success with that. You know, it is sustainable depending on the players that you've got. Other things Alex is saying, I agree that I expect us to win Europa League. I think Ollie needs to win that because if he doesn't, I would be very concerned if he doesn't get past another semi-final.
What about the other things Alex said? You don't want to cover them, do you?
We don't need to.
Bring it up again.
We talk about messages that were up.
Bring it up.
Don't worry. Gemma, Louise.
Oh, it's about the manager thing. It's not his job.
Go back.
I'm gonna find it.
Because he's gonna be stuttering and all this thing. Don't do it to him, bro.
There's not gonna be that. I can't see what that. You know.
Not
when he goes back to it, I can read it.
Not this one.
It wasn't
this one.
It was that one.
This one. Okay. It's not our job to find a name for these managers. So you're talking about potential candidates. Yeah. So again, we don't. I'm going to answer it. We don't need to be on that job because our manager, the backroom staff, whoever's running United in the background, they're happy with Ollie. So that's what their job is. So you leave it to them. They're happy with Ollie. If they weren't happy with him, they would sack him.
That's it. We all just need to get on the bus. Ollie's bus, man. 100%.
There you go. We've got a travel card waiting for you.
Every manager is learning on the job. Guardiola said it. He's learning every single day. Everyone learns every single day.
But he's doing a masters, whereas Ollie's doing like nursery rhymes. Wheels on the bus. Gemma, Louise, hi. Everyone say hi to Liverpool supporter. Let Gemma. She says,
Gemma.
If you win Europa, Ollie is staying for sure. Will Ollie be able to compete for top 2 next season when other top 6 teams strengthen in the transfer window? Can he show some real knowledge in who he buys and sells?
Good question.
Can I answer that one? I would hope he has learned, but the decisions about buying and selling players is really down to the board. It's not down to Ollie. If he gets backing from the board, then I agree he could well be a success because the players that he's bought have all been the first team players that he's bought have all been a success. You know, different levels of success. Some might not rate certain players, but you know, if you look at it at a whole lot of footballing ability, forget about their personal, what they look like, how big their head is, how slow they are, or whatever. If you just look at your centre back as a centre back, then I think he hasn't done too bad a job. So, you know, if they back him, then I think that, yeah, we will be able to compete. Will it be top 2? I'll be really honest. Man City are there. Certain team that also wear red lost a couple of key players in key positions. I'm not going to get it twisted. And that hurt them. So, you know, Chelsea will strengthen as they normally do. Yeah. So, you know, if we could push and challenge and finish second again next season, then I think that will be a better barometer. But I'll take second. I will take second now. No problem at all.
I think we could win the league next season if we sign the right players.
If we sign a new manager. Just to add to this
Players,
point,
not management.
it's a really good point they're making here because they're saying these other teams are going to improve. And this season, everyone's dropped off because of COVID, because of Liverpool, what happened to Liverpool with their top players and the burnout that we've seen with them. So next year is going to be different. And so that's what I'm saying. Don't put your faith in Ollie. You're going to live to regret this, guys. And I'm going to go back and record all these stuff that we're talking about now and put in your face next season.
We've got a couple of things to report about you, Vince, so don't watch that. We've got a couple to worry.
Let's go. Mr. Silver Fox, how you doing, Tony? Says, hello, boys. Foxy's here. Foxy, okay. Hey, Silver. That's from Talking. See, Alex says, I agree. He's bringing me down with his energy. Great win today. Come on, United.
Go on, Alex.
Thank you, Alex.
Silver Fox says, Turney still living rent free in Mr. B's head.
I tell you what, that's all. I just needed to know. One, you were watching the show.
Yeah.
2, you've liked it. You shared it. Yeah. And I know you subscribed. So yes, I'm so glad that you saw that comment, and I'm so glad you're picking up on these little drops of fish food that I'm dropping in there for you, yeah?
Maggots.
Yes, that's what they are.
He's brilliant show, says Shah.
Yes, Shah. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Silver Fox says, to think you paid £80 for a fridge. Oh, God.
For a fridge.
Hold on. How many defenders have them man's gone through?
We're going to discuss that tomorrow. Luckily for us,
we'll talk about that tomorrow.
You're damn right we will. Say hi to Matt, everyone. Football United TV, great channel.
Evening.
Everyone subscribe to Football United.
Football United TV.
They're doing it. Big up, guys. Have a great week.
Hey, FU TV, how you doing, mate? Yeah. This is for you again on Monday.
Big up and talk MU and the panel doing all good here. Wicked. Big up, guys, from Talk Football United UTV. Talking Barca. Hello, welcome to the show. Haven't seen you before. Greetings. Says shit manager Ollie. Yeah, you're right. Knowledge.
But as much as you think he's shit, we want you to like, subscribe, and share.
Yes, with your knowledge. With your knowledge. Football United TV, United for the league. Win last day of the season. Cavani scored a winner. Place your bet. What's the bookies now?
Oh, mate.
Talking Barca says not to the Super League. Yeah, we can discuss that. But yeah, hell no to Super League. Adam Murray says, Amondi, 100% a Liverpool fan. You really
undercover.
Talk MU says, yo, talking Barca. Ha ha ha. Football United old Ollie, I think, is dealing with the board who sells the club for money. For example, the new Super League money is ruining football. Agreed, everyone?
Money's money, man. It's going to be there forever. It's going to be the demon of all life, man.
Oh, yeah. I don't really want to comment on that, if I'm honest. That's above my pay grade. I just hope that it doesn't happen.
Football United TV. Ollie is dealing with the board who sells the club for financial and franchise profits. Same with his new Super League. With this new Super League. If the board backs then this club and others are sellouts to fans. Yeah.
100%.
Mr. Silver Fox, Mr. B, I see you. Studs up. Ooh, Foxy.
That's all I wanted to know. This show's been an hour and 8 minutes, my man. You did us proud. We welcome you tomorrow with open arms, Tony,
I see Tony a lot. I want to see him on our show. Can't wait. Mr. Silver Fox, Armandi cracking me up over his love for Ollie. Oh, please. What about your love for Rob Holding? That's funny.
Different show, different time, 24 hours away. Gentlemen, as always, it's been a pleasure. Let's wrap it up. We've been here for 1 hour, 10 minutes. I did tell Solo that we would try and keep it short, but you know what we do. You know what we do. You know how we do it. So I'd like to say thanks to Shah.
Thanks, everyone.
Kohunde.
Big up.
Thank you.
Amonde.
Clap me, boys.
And we missed it.
I done three claps. That's your rating. That's your rating today. I remember his rating's 3 today, man.
Great job, Mr. B. We love you.
Yeah,
Gentlemen,
man, smashed it.
Let's sign out, man. We'll see you all tomorrow. We'll see you all on Studs Up. Let's go.